Good morning.
Good morning.
Let us begin our centering by lowering or closing our eyes, making ourselves as comfortable as possible, and breathing deeply and slowly as we open our mind and our body to relaxing fully. Now let's take 2 or 3 more slow, deep breaths, allowing ourselves to relax ever more deeply. This time, as you breathe in deeply, notice your shoulders rising and your chest expanding. And as you release this breath slowly, notice your shoulders falling and your chest relaxing. Now watch again as your shoulders and your chest, as you breathe in and release. You are moving ever more deeply into a state of calm and relaxation. Now, let us allow each breath to unfold by itself, neither lengthening it nor expanding or deepening it. Allow your body to breathe itself. Pay close attention to this miraculous breath coming and going. Allow yourself to feel settled as you continue to pay full attention to your body breathing itself. When you feel settled, allow a gentle smile to arise on your face. And as you do this, notice the smile softening all your facial muscles and how breath after breath, this gentle smile softens your brow, relaxes your eyes, loosens your jaw as it moves ever more deeply into every cell of your body. Soon, your whole body becomes a gentle, loving smile. Hope is hearing the melody of the future. Faith is dancing to it now. I have come here to be faith-filled. The power of faith can change everything, for faith is assured of its victory. Faith operates in the now, while hope yearns for a future that may or may not appear. Faith creates reality through its power of conviction, regardless of appearances. When you are tempted to hope, reach instead for faith and know that miracles and wonders really never do cease. I have an affirmation for you. Repeat it after me. Doubt has no power in my life.
Doubt has no power in my life.
You may do this silently. Rather, I am filled with the power of faith. My conviction goes beyond hope and allows no room for doubt. Miracles are the rule, not the exception for me. Sit with these thoughts for a few minutes and allow yourself to be faith-filled. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and take a deep breath. as you continue to bask in your beautiful smile. You may return to the room.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Daisy. What a beautiful, peace-filled century. You are precious. You are sacred. You are loved. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace, blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. It's all you are. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the faces of God. I hold you in my heart always. Yes, you are my family. You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God.
And so I'm grateful today to know that there is just this one power, this one love, this one life, this one beingness, this one faith, this one good. I know that this power is everywhere present, that it is the only power in the universe, just one. I am so grateful to know that this divine presence, being everywhere present, is fully present in and through all that I am. It fills me, it surrounds me, it pushes itself against me, moving into me, shining and as brightly as the brightest light out around me. And I know that this is not only so for me, it is so for everyone in this space, everyone out there, everyone everywhere. The divine is indeed all that is. And so from this place of oneness, I am grateful to recognize that God is trust, that God is faith, and that when I stand in this trust and this faith, all the appearances, the circumstances, the situations, all of them pale in the face of the faith of God. There is no truth in appearances. There is no truth in circumstances and conditions. The only truth there is the divine. I am knowing today that as I stand in this faith, that all is well, that I am well, that the people around me are well, that this world is well. I don't have to understand what is going on. What I have to know in my heart and my mind is that God has got this. That there is no other power but the power of good, no matter what it looks like now. And I'm so grateful to know this truth. I am so grateful to live in this time of change. And I welcome it, and I do not succumb to it in fear. I let go of that, knowing that the opposite of fear is faith. And so I stand in peace and light and confidence, knowing this truth. I'm so grateful not only to know this truth, but to know that as I stand in this space, that everything that takes place here is the right and perfect thing. Every action is right and perfect because each and everything that takes place here is God ordained. And so it is perfect. I am so grateful for the music which is always in step with the message. I am so grateful for the ministers and their messages. I know that they are divinely guided, that their message comes to them, through them, to me. I'm so grateful for the sound booth and the work that they do, making sure that everything is clear and everything works. I'm so grateful for the bookstore and all that this ministry encompasses. It is God in action, and I am grateful for that. And so from this place of gratitude for all that takes place today, knowing that it is perfect in every way, I release my word to that divine law right here and right now, knowing that it is done. It is done as I have spoken, because the power of God is in my word right here and right now. And let us each say, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Well, it looks like she's got us covered here. You know what I mean? I like when she says everything is perfect here. Doesn't matter about appearances.
That's my favorite.
Can you turn on my monitor just a touch? It's being. Because appearances, I know that it's something wonderful. Hey, guys. Oh, yeah. Yo, you can listen up, clap our hands and sing. Yep. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Feel it? I know. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I accept things the way they are. I accept things the way they are not. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. See, I love wastefully. I love wastefully. Yeah, I give freely. I give freely. I give abundantly. Don't we girls yet? I already have everything I need. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Feels so good. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I accept things the way they are. I have to. I accept things the way they are. Now I'll change them. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Come on. Come on. I love gracefully. I love gracefully. I give freely. Forgive me. I reap abundantly. I reap abundantly. Oh, I already have everything I need. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Yeah, yeah. Something crazy good is happening to me right now. Taste it. I accept things the way they are. I accept things the way they are now. Something wonderful, come on, is happening to me right now. Let's make it big as the last time. I love gracefully. I love gracefully. I give freely. I reap abundantly. I already have everything I need. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Anytime I don't get out much, I know this in my mind, yes. I feel it in my body. So it is. You know the words. And so it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. And so she's our reverend. She's one of
My mic's louder than yours. Yes, it is. And Dave. Good morning. While you're standing, if you would say with me, please, God bless America and the rest of the world. And since some of us miss hugging, let's hug ourselves. It looks cute. It's cute. It's cute. It feels, I think it feels good. Does it feel good? Does it feel good? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right, Patty Powers. I'm Reverend Cheryl Bell, co-senior minister here with my bestie, Reverend Stacy Hilton, who's sitting over there talking to someone I don't know. But thank you for those that are here in the sanctuary, social distancing and wearing their masks, and for those of you sitting on your cozy couches, or I think some of you might be even lying down, I'm not sure, in bed. It's a good day here at the center, and I'm glad you are here to join us. What did I want to tell them? I want to tell them something, but I don't remember what it was. But I will tell you that we have a power talk today. Yeah. Wow. And he's so ready. He is so ready, and I know that you're ready for him. His name is Charlie, 17. He's a senior in high school. Woo! Thespian president. Woo! And he's attended the last 3 summer and 2 winter team camps. He's our star team, one of our favorites. Well, I can say my favorite because he's the only one here right now. And I have a feeling that the rest of them are not watching, but they might be. But you're my favorite too, just saying. So I want to welcome Charlie to the stage. Come on down. That's what I like. It's okay. I love that he can do that. Practice makes perfect.
All right. Hello. Thank you so much for my introduction. And hi, everyone. Hi. Okay. I'm sorry. So yes, my name is Charlie Yusi, but also known as Enchanted Charlie. I am super thankful to be up here today, and I would like to tell you why. So about a month ago, I was at the dining table with my stepmom, and some kids talk about a new video game or a new trendy TikTok dance, whatever the kids in my generation like to talk about nowadays. But what came out of my mouth, I was like, I want to do a talk at my church. So my stepmom says, what are you waiting for? And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, are you waiting for all the teens to do it? And I was like, oh, no, I got this. So when I heard the talk title for today was Just Do It, I knew I had a story I wanted to share. So a little something about me. Growing up, I was a very lonely kid. I never had friends. I was the kid who wanted to be in the back, always kept to myself, was known as a loner. But as much I was alone, I wanted some sort of attention. I got in trouble in school, and in kindergarten, I was always found in the timeout chair at daycare. Oh yeah. Although, I was bullied then and up until the beginning of high school. My sophomore year is when I truly had friends. I mean, my life changed then. I was forced into CSL. But this teaching truly changed my life. Who you see now is the transformed Enchanted Charlie. So in junior year of high school, I was in a group of friends. Like, wow, first of all, because I never knew I would be close with these people. I felt popular. We bonded over theater, and the rest was history. But when you focus on something, you can't see anything else in your radar. You're focused on one specific thing. It's like you're blind to anything else. So I was really focused on these friends, so much that I didn't know what was going on around me. I didn't know that other friendships I had before them had changed. I didn't notice how other people didn't want to be near me because I would be angry or I would talk in a certain way that was irritated. I was negative. I didn't notice that on the inside, I was hurting. And these friends influenced my actions, not in the best way. I questioned my integrity. I questioned my character. I questioned my place with them, how I'd fit in. I felt so emotionally drained. I didn't know my worth. I didn't know who I was. But boy, am I glad that CSL Teen Camp is a thing, because I was super sad during this time. I was disenchanted, Charlie. But after a long time, almost a year, I was finally ready to do the work that was necessary. I knew it was the right decision for me to let go and keep on moving. So the first thing I did was I grabbed our photos, our small gifts, I threw them in the trash. I don't see it. I don't gotta worry about it. Then of course, I told Yvonne, and she told me it would be better to honor the friendship than sweep it under the rug. So I was like, okay. Then I told myself, and I hear Reverend Stacy's voice in my mind telling me, it's all good, it's all God. So I walked back to the trash, grabbing everything. I promise it wasn't gross. I put them on my desk, and I started to write a letter to them. I wrote how I appreciated the time we spent, how I cherished each happy moment that we had together. Said how I love them, but this time apart is needed. And if we become friends again or not, I knew that whatever happens would be for my highest good. So I folded the letter, put it in the envelope, and I did this Hawaiian forgiveness prayer, which some of you may be familiar with. It is called the Ho'oponopono prayer. It's where you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I did this while looking at a group photo of us. I kept repeating it until I knew that I was okay and I felt at peace. So I talked to my dad, and he told me I should surround myself with people who want the best for me and motivate me, friends with the same vibration or higher. So, you know how people say when you close one door, another opens? I was super confident that the spiritual work I did would pay off. So fast forwarding about a week, while at home, the doorbell rang. It was a census taker, and I could hear my stepmom rattling off to a series of questions. Next thing I know, I hear my name being called. Charlie! It just so happened to turn out that the census taker was a girl from my theater class. She had already graduated, and we knew each other in school, but we weren't immediate friends. She wasn't part of my friend circle. But as we caught up and we talked, I remember what a kind, honest, loving, supportive person she was. So I couldn't believe it. The universe literally brought me someone to my door who has good character and integrity. And I'm really happy to say she is now a part of my friend circle. So in closing, it took me a while to come to the decision of releasing relationships that no longer served me. When I finally found the strength and took action, I allowed the good to flow in. My English teacher once said, when you think of taking action, it's just talk. You're not doing it. When you say try, it's still not doing. So remove the word try out of your vocabulary and just do it. Take that first step. So if it's comfortable for you, I would like to lead you through the Ho'oponopono prayer. So you may close your eyes and think of someone or a situation that gave you a heavy heart. Or feel free to use yourself if that resonates. As you hold this image in your mind, please repeat after me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So you may open your eyes, come into the present moment. So I wanted to welcome new friends that are for my highest good and grow
Beauty's flowing free in and out and through. For where I doubt, God has the faith in me. When I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and never and never. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. Where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through. That's me. Where I am and where I stand, where I play, where I work and I breathe and move and be, where I sing, where I dance, wherever I go, wherever I pray, and take and give and live. God is life is joy is God is. He's right there.
Let me give the song by Faith.
All right, Patty.
I can't help when I look at you guys.
God is, all right. It's a good and great day here at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Another good and great day, I should say. In case you couldn't tell, we had Daisy do our opening prayer in our center. Thank you, Daisy. We have that beautiful voice of Patty and the musicianship of Dave, and then we have the enchanted Charlie, who is back. I didn't even know the enchanted Charlie was gone. I didn't even know. And you've got these beautiful girls here. Wow. So we've got youth in the house. It's a good and great day to Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. So thank you, Charlie, for all you bring. And thank you, ladies. Thank you for being here. Love casts out fear. John 4:18. Love casts out fear. As September 6, 2020, y'all might remember that date. Somebody very special had a birthday. Yeah. And, I knew it was going to be a good day. I knew that I was in for a great brunch. I had one of my besties here. We've been best friends for 34 years. There was just a lot going on, and I was so happy to be here at my center on my birthday. Yeah, cool day.
Now, here's what you may not know. I'm going to rewind a little bit and talk a little bit about practitioner Bobby Williams. So some of you might remember practitioner Bobby Williams. He is at the Greater Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. And he became a practitioner a year or two before I did it in my class. Reverend Dan, Reverend Cheryl, and Lauren, practitioner Lauren were in my class. And practitioner Bobby is this young man, and he's very wise. He's wise. So we would go to his class, and he had these Bobby-isms, we will call them. Bobby-isms. So just his words of youth. His words of truth and wisdom. And he would just spring them on us, and then we're all just like, oh, he's that guy. He's that guy. And so we were struggling. We had all this stuff going on at the center. I was on the board at the time. I was not a practitioner, and there was just a lot going on. We have a meeting later today. This may, you'll remember this as we have that meeting. And financially, we were just not doing all that great. We had a large audience. We had people, but we didn't have a lot of money in the bank. We were paying a lot of rent, and things were just not happening how we wanted them to happen. And Reverend Cynthia, our founder, and she was our senior minister at the time, and she was kind of freaking out a little bit. You don't see Reverend Cynthia freak out a lot. However, if you got called to the house, you were aware that there was a little bit of freaking out going on when that happened. When your senior minister freaks out, you kind of remember that, right? It's like, oh. I probably used another word at the time, but yeah, oh shoot, oh shoot. Reverend Cynthia's freaking out, okay. So Bobby was over, and he was, I think, a consultant at the time, or advisor to the board. And whatever changes that Reverend Cynthia was gonna make, she wasn't quite sure about. But I remember Bobby saying, Cynthia, don't blink. Don't blink. That stuck with me, right? Now I'm a senior minister. So going back to September 6, 2020, I sat there in that chair. Some of you might have thought maybe I was tired or maybe hungover. I don't know what you thought, but I was just kind of sitting there. My eyes are like this. I'm trying not to blink because the technology was not working, and we had a guest speaker. Y'all remember that? Reverend D. Jacqueline. And I'm thinking, I have nothing prepared. What do we do? It's my birthday. I'm supposed to go to brunch. There's people here. There's more people than had normally been here in a while. And shoot. There was another word probably that was going through my mind at the time. But I sat there as Yvonne came, and she said, I don't know where she first. D. Jacqueline didn't show up. She wasn't in the waiting room. We didn't know where she was. And Yvonne's coming over to me. And you kind of probably saw her, and you're probably like, I wonder what's going on. And I'm like, don't blink, Stacy, don't blink. Just know the truth. Just know. Now, some of you might know what I'm talking about. You may have experienced that place in your life where you're like, oh, shoot. Or you might use another word. But I sat there, and the beauty of the teaching is when you walk the walk of the teaching, and you just allow it to move through you, and you just are present with it, and you practice it, you can see where you are and where you've grown. Yeah. And you have to honor that. Some days are better than others. That was a good day, I must admit. There was a test for me for 55, and I passed. I didn't blink. Auntie Jacqueline, I said a prayer. I stood there. Yvonne's probably looking at me like, is she going to pass out? Or I didn't say anything to Reverend Cheryl. Reverend Cheryl's like, she's still not there. Okay, we lost her. She's on, but we lost her. And I'm like, oh, do I go to my office, get something prepared? Do I use this as, because we were still talking about faith then, do I use this as a story for the talk that we weren't going to have via the internet? So maybe this is my talk. This is my sign to use this as a talk and to jump off into my 55th year. And no, Stacy, sit there
Don't blink and pray. It works.
Yes.
It works. And it was the ideal outcome for me that day. But if it didn't, something would have come to mind that I would have been able to use to springboard off of for us to have a talk, for us to reach people, not only here, but via Zoom, via Facebook Live. You've got to have that confidence and that knowing in yourself. That it's the feeling and it is the belief that does the work, right? We can say all the positive things that we want to, but it's the feeling and belief. The law of yourself is what doeth the works. Yeah. Interesting day, September 6, 2020. I won't forget it soon. We all face okay, I'm in the right place, I'm good. All right. So, fear, false evidence appearing real, or fear, face everything and run. In that moment, I wanted to face everything. I wanted to actually not face you all and run out the door and say, it's my birthday, I want to play. Now, I wasn't going to do that, but we don't know. But this is the year of 2020. This is the year, remember way back, let's go back. Remember January 2020, the year of perfect vision. Remember that? Yeah. I kind of don't like to tell you this, but it really is the year of perfect vision. It really is the things that are coming into light that many of us weren't aware of. We thought maybe had ended. We thought maybe were gone. We weren't sure about. We kind of thought some conspiracy theories. Well, that doesn't exist. We really are able to see it right up close and personal. Yes? Right? We've got this thing called a pandemic that's still going on. That's why you're sitting there in mask. We've got this thing called racism that's been going on from day one in this country. We've got some police brutality that's going on. We've got, based upon the pandemic, we've got homelessness, joblessness. We have an economy that maybe we haven't seen the numbers of what's going to go on, but we kind of can suspect that it's not going to be good and very good as far as that goes. We have issues with healthcare still. We got stuff. Now, we can either, as it's sitting there showing up, face everything and run. Oh, we've got also climate change, or if you don't want to call it that, call it whatever you want to, but there's floods and fires and the oceans are warming up. So whatever you want to call it. Due to our own behavior.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we've got these things that are right here, right for us to look at. Are we going to turn and run? Or are we going to realize our role in them and do what we need to do and be the people that we need to be to make the changes that we need to make? It's always a choice. It's always a choice. And I may feel one is good, and you may feel one is good, and the other is bad, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you look at it from the other person's perspective. So what will we do? Do you know what we'll do? Faith is a mental attitude. A negative use of faith is fear. Faith in the power and the presence of spirit, divine intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, knowing that I came into manifestation to live the life that works for me. I'm here to be an expression of that perfect love. So for me, the answer is very clear, right? Because I've defined what I think my life is about. So I'm going to do that which I think I should do to live that perfect life. It's all up to each one of us, though. There's not one answer. However, I will tell you, there is one answer. Love is always the answer. So when you feel as though you are moving from a place of love and following your heart in that, then you're doing the right thing for you. September 6, 2020, I could have ran out of here and said, you know what? But my love for the center, my love for the teaching, my love for each and every one of you wouldn't allow me to do that. It would not be the example, would not be the model that I want to set. Because I don't want you to think that there's something to be afraid of. That's my ego telling me, oh, well, what if I don't do it right? Well, I hardly ever do it right, so what difference does it make that day? Right? But if I show up and I'm my best self, that's where the difference comes in. That's what makes the difference. That's where you just do it. Some days you don't have all the preparation, you don't have tools. Most of your parents or grandparents or great-grandparents, yes? I'm not a parent. But I know for people that are parents, you could not possibly know all the things that are going to go on, or any of the things that are going to go on with your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. You just couldn't. But you don't face it and run, right? You stay there because you love them and you do the best you can. And that's what we've got to do now, right? We're in a situation with this pandemic. It's time, on some level, to still stay safe, to wear your mask, and do whatever you need to do to be safe, particularly if you have an underlying condition. But it's also time, we've got to get the economy going again. I'm so glad you all are here, because we've got to start doing things in somewhat differently, but starting a new normal. Maybe it's just you come out on Sunday morning for an hour. But at some point, we've got to start moving this society back into the flow of living and not just going in and isolating. We've got to start connecting. We've got to start realizing that there is good, and we've got to live the good that there is. So now's the time to do that. And we've got to stay safe. Faith's a mental attitude. It is a choice. The reason why I wanted Patty to sing that song this morning by Faith Rivera, that's the song I go to when I get in that crazy space. I don't know, I'm sure you all don't suffer from that, but that, oh shoot space, like what am I gonna do? What needs to happen? What's fine to do? How am I gonna do this? What is it? Where? Why? That place of feeling completely overwhelmed to a place of where I am, God is. I mean, you can shift like that on a dime. And believe me, I've had to on a Sunday morning. And you've had to do the same things. Have you not? Has anybody not had to, I've got to make a decision right now, and I'm changing my mind about what the situation looks like right now. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. We are constantly using the power that we have. It's not a choice to use it or not. It's the choice is how you use it. How you use it. We have to demand from the universe what we want. It's our time. We've gone home. We've gone inside. We've gone into the realization of, okay, there's a pandemic, so I need to keep myself safe. So I'm going to go inside and I'm going to make sure that I'm safe. And I'm going to look at my own thoughts and what I'm creating in my own life. That's what the time has been for. on some level. Some of us have used it for that, others have not. You can kind of tell the difference because you see the ones yelling and screaming that are crazy on the TV. You probably didn't use that time for that, right? Now, I do have my days where I yell and scream at the TV. Okay, I probably every day at least once, right about now. But it was our time to go within. Going home means going within. And look at who we are and how we got here. All right? And then it's time for us to make some demands. Working with the Law, book by Raymond Hollowell. Actually, we just finished Prosperity Plus 3. And this was the book that's used in Prosperity Plus 3. And in the law of supply, many of us are struggling with many different issues. And some of us have health conditions, some of us have money conditions, some of us have relationship issues, Charlie. But it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing, right? And what I know, and when I stopped that day to think of where am I and how would this have looked even a year ago, I stopped and I just said, thank you for the awareness of this. It wasn't comfortable. It doesn't have to be comfortable. But the awareness of there's a consciousness within me that has this all handled, and all you have to do is go with it, Stacy. As opposed to all the other crazy mind chatter that I allow myself to go and have lived with for 55 years. Maybe not 55, maybe 53. But that place that I had always allowed my life to be in, and that craziness and that suffering that I infringed upon my own self, it doesn't make sense anymore. Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better. And so I was really pleased to be at that state where it's like, okay, Stacey, you're doing better. It's still not comfortable. It may never be comfortable. It doesn't have to be comfortable, but you're living from a place and awareness of who you are, not only as a minister, but as a practicing minister and practitioner of life. We're all practitioners of our own life, yes? And so we must practice and do what's good for us. I'm not saying that for you and that role, because most of you aren't going to be senior ministers, even though we got one that right back there that's on its way. But you've got to be able to know what's good for you and realize what you need to do for you. Reverend Cheryl and I, Minister Prayer Team, can pray for you to get there, but we can't do your work. So where your work is where, when you're feeling like that, you need to know what to demand. There's a phase of the law known as demand and supply, which is found in every department of life. Years ago, Thomas Edison resorted to its use when he invented the first electric light. When his carbon lamp was brought to the people as a new kind of lighting, far superior to any method then known, did they readily accept it? Many thought it was ridiculous and too expensive. They were using candles, oil lamps, and a small percentage of gas lamps. Such light was plenty good enough. Hence, quite some time elapsed before the public was educated to the advantages of electricity over the old ways of light, heat, and power. Not until the people were convinced of the advantages of this new power did they invest in its future, build power houses, set up poles, and string wires all over the town to factories and homes. How was all this accomplished? When there was a demand for the need of electric power, the supply was forthcoming. In these things that I mentioned, the 3 or 4 different pandemics that are going on, there is a demand that we each have to make. When that demand is announced, life will show up. But in the meantime, it's just kind of craziness and chaos. What is it that you demand in your life? What is it that you are demanding and knowing? What is it? You know, with this thing called climate change, what is it that we're going to demand from ourselves to keep the environment safe, safer than it has been? What is it that we're going to demand in regards to racism? And that's an easy one where people just, I don't want to look at it. I know it's there. I don't want to look at it. I get that. So they just want to look at climate change. It's all here to be looked at now. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can focus on more than one thing at the same time, because more than one thing has got to be focused on right now. And so let's do that, right? You have 2 kids, you know, oh, well, you know what, Bobby, I can't really pay attention to you because it's just all about Susie today. No, Bobby and Susie both need your care and attention. And so let's demand that. We don't have to know the how. That's what we teach. Let's demand what we want this universe to be about, how we want to show up, and what we want to, and the vibe that we want to have. That's what's called. That's what all of this is going on is about. All of it. Faith without works is dead.
Yes.
It requires action. Even praying is action. It's not the only action normally required. It was that day for me, thank God. But if there was something else, if there was a higher good in mind for me, then I would have gotten whatever I needed from the universe, the clues, to come up here and have a talk for you. And that's the confidence from which we each have to move into life, so that we are now amongst the living again, and we're circulating, and we're living, and we're not just surviving. And I know we're all up for this. We wanna hug each other. We wanna kiss each other. We wanna embrace. We wanna go out to our favorite places and be with parties of more than 6 or whatever the rule is right now. That's what we want. We're social beings. But until we do the work, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So here's my technique. You ready? Charlie, he already got it. He got the message beforehand. Remember when you were kids? Stop, drop, and roll. Right? It's a simple fire safety technique. So you stop. When you feel that, we feel it. We all feel that craziness. When you're not feeling it, then that is really a problem. But I believe we all, it's like, I'm getting there. I know it. I can feel it. I better do something. And we stop. And whether it is you sing to yourself, God is, where I am, God is, or whatever song that connects you, or whatever thought that connects you to the God of your being, that's where you need to stop. Drop. You're going to drop into your heart space. Drop into your heart and ask Spirit, what's mine to do? What is mine to do? And say, thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for the answers. I'm knowing that I am able to do exactly what I need to do right here and right now. And you're going to roll with it. You're going to roll with the positive thoughts and ideas and notions that come to you. You're not going to stay stuck in the same place with the same negative thing, like as I do with the TV sometimes. It's like, just stop this. Shoot. Just stop it. You're going to roll with the positivity. Roll with what you get here on Sundays. That feeling of love, that feeling of knowing that you are safe, that you are guided, protected, and directed always. That feeling of joy. That feeling of really being the best you that you can be. That's what you're going to roll with. The rest of it, let it go. Let it go. I love Charlie's story about creating a new relationships. He stopped, he looked, this isn't the result I want for my life. He's 17, right? Imagine if you could do that at 17, at 55, I could have done it at 17. I probably wouldn't have because I could have, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We all have the tools. We all are capable. We are loving people that want the best for ourselves and our families. That's what's required of the world right now. It's very simple. We know when we're that. I believe part of the success of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living is because that's felt here. It's always been felt here. That's why it's always been my spiritual home. Roll with, how would my spiritual family do it? How would Miss Kitty do it? Miss Daisy? How would the enchanted Charlie do it? That's the place that we've got to come from to live the life that we want. Yes?
Yes.
Everybody on board?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you need any assistance, as always, please don't hesitate to contact myself or Reverend Cheryl. We're always here and glad to be of service to each of you. Stop, drop, and roll. And so it is.
No smarter words have been said today. That was incredible.
Not yet, but the day's early.
No, I'm not kidding. Because I've been saying since I heard this song by Michael Jackson, I have got to just do it.
Let's do it.
It's 900 words. I don't know if you know that. I'm just getting right up.
Just do it, Pat.
I'm getting right up. So how is everybody?
Good.
You're good. I'm good. We're good. I'm just gonna move this out because I'm a big girl and I want some room. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Just sit your pretty butt.
So Reverend Stacy was, she's the coolest of cool. She knows all the good music. And she said, hey, just listen to this song by Michael Jackson. I'm like, I'm sure I know it. I mean, to myself, I said it. I was like, wow, I have never heard that. I only listen to the old stuff. Well, this is from 91, so I guess I wasn't paying attention in the 90s. It's an incredible song. And it's called Keep the Faith. I know I will do it justice. I don't usually say that, but
I am gonna do this justice.
Yeah.
As long as I can see it. Now, if they're, believe me, if they're not, we're in a boat somewhere.
Thank you, Russell. I can take it
If you call out loud, will it get inside through the heart of your surrender to your alibis? And you say the words like you understand, but the power's in believing, so give yourself a chance. You can climb the highest mountain, swim the deep sea. All you need is the will to want, a little self-esteem. So keep the faith. Don't let nobody turn you around. You know you got to know when to go. Wheels up off the ground. So keep the faith, baby, yeah. 'Cause you know a matter of time. confidence will win out. Believe in yourself no matter what's going on. You can be a winner, but you got to keep the faith. Yeah, gonna keep it, brother. All right. And when you think of trust, does it bring you home to the place you wanna dream of when you're all alone? You can go by fear instead of circumstance, but the power's in believing, so give yourself a chance. I know you can sail across the water, across the sky, any road that will take you there if you only try. So keep the faith. Don't let nobody take you down, brother. Just keep your eye on the prize, you back on the ground. So keep the faith, yeah, baby, because it's just a matter of time before your confidence will win out. I told my brother how to do the right thing. Lift up your head and show the world you got right. Go for what you want, no matter any your way. You can be a winner, but you got to keep it. Gotta keep it, baby. Oh, I know they keep it means never giving on love, but the power that love has makes it right, makes it right. So keep the faith, yeah, yeah, cause it's just a matter of time. Oh, yeah, get your dreams up off the ground. So keep the faith, yeah, yeah, cause it's just a matter of time before your confidence will win out. Better stand up and act to do right. Don't play the fool for the rest of your life. Work on a brother and you'll make it someday. Go for what you want, let it get in your way. Look at yourself and what you're doing right now. Stand back a minute just to check yourself out. Straighten out your life and how you're living each day. Get yourself together, cause you got to keep the faith. Don't let nobody take you down, brother. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Keep the faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a matter of time before your confidence will win out. Lift up your mind before your mind gets blown. Some things are not better left alone. Go for what you want, don't let it get in your way. You can make it happen, but you got to keep the faith. Keep the faith, brother. Oh yeah, keep the faith. Keep the faith, sister. Just keep the faith. Lift up your mind, but mind down. Yeah, sing it, brother. Keep the faith. Don't let nobody turn you around. Yeah. Go for what you want, don't let them get in your way. You can be a winner if you keep the faith. And now you're not forget your mind. Don't let yourself off and get your self-respect back. Oh, don't let nobody take you down. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Keep them on the ground. Just keep the faith. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's time to get real clear. For your confidence will win out. But till that day, I think you got to keep the faith. Thank you. I'll see you over here and I'll do it in here. Oh no, it was good. It was good. No, it's perfect. I loved it. Thank you.
I think Charlie inspired those words. flowers.
Yes.
Or something. Wow.
Keep it
Ah, yes. Keep the faith. Thank you all for being here. This is our time for giving and receiving, and just knowing that that we continue to serve you in this way, in person and online. We no longer pass out a basket. There's a basket in the back of the room for you to leave a love offering or gift for our center to continue our work. And also, those of you at home, I think there's a text to tithe number running across the screen from our beautiful tech and Charlie's stepmother, Yvonne. Yes. If you know our affirmation, it should be on the screen. If not, please say it with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless my gifts. I send them forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for each and every person that gives this center and our ministry with their love and support. I'm grateful for Reverend Stacy's message. Just a simple thing to stop and drop into your heart and just roll and know where I am, God is. What a powerful message. And Patty, what a beautiful voice. I'm just grateful for it all. And thank you so much for your gifts and your love. And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Oh my goodness, what a great service.
Yes.
Okay, well today, all of you who are members of our center here are going to connect with Zoom. You've got a link that came in on your phone or your computer to let you know to click in at 1 o'clock today for our annual meeting. And also, if you don't have Zoom, there's phone numbers, so you can just
It's
call.
not an annual meeting.
Oh, it's just a special.
Yes.
It's one of those meetings that's special, okay? So everybody tune in at 1 o'clock to be a part of that special meeting.
Yes.
However, there's another special thing coming on tomorrow. We are having our fundraiser, our Zoom fundraiser, and also in-person fundraiser bingo.
That's gonna be
And it's a Disney bingo. And it's gonna be so fun.
Can you buy tickets? Can you still buy tickets?
Yeah, we can still buy tickets. They're $20 a packet for each packet. I think we still have room if you want to come here and join tomorrow and or on Zoom. Either way, come here and do that. And I've got a special gift to give somebody. If you answer this question, the first person that answers this right is going to get this great t-shirt. Okay? All listening? What year did Disneyland open?
55.
You got it! She got no. I've been clustering this answer right here.
I thought everybody knew that.
So tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock, and it's a musical bingo. I got to play my clarinet and sax. Patty sang, Dave played. We've got other musicians that all did this. So it's gonna, instead of hearing B1, you're gonna hear somebody gonna, and then you have to look on your card and find out the name, but it's gonna tell you the name too. It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then this Saturday, every Saturday, we also always have coffee with the Revs. So all you need to do is just zoom in to have a conversation with Reverend Stacy, Reverend Cheryl, and with the rest of your pals here every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Do that. We also want a huge thank you to everyone who participated with giving all the hygiene items and everything we needed for Project 150. They were so pleased to get everything. So all of you, thank you so much for bringing in all the different things that you did to help support that cause. It was very important. We have our classes beginning, starting this week on Tuesday. Reverend Cheryl is teaching her very favorite class on the Edinburgh Lectures. And so that will be from 6 o'clock until 6:30 to 9 p.m. And it's an 8-week class on Zoom. And if you haven't signed up, just call the center, or and there are scholarships available, but the cost is $135 for seniors and review students, and $180 if you're a youngin, like some of the youngins we've got here today. But anyway, so that is starting this Tuesday, the 29th, 6:30. And then we have Reverend Stacy teaching a class on spiritual principles and practices. It's a new foundational class, and this is just a 5-week class, and it meets on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right after they have the coffee with the Revs, she hops right back on and teaches a class. I mean, she does it all.
Very busy.
She's a very busy girl. Now, if you'd like a 1-minute miracle today, we have our very own practitioner, Lauren Ballardini, waiting for you to call her or to get her on. Either way, you can call her right on her own number there at 702-239-5404. And of course, there is no charge for any of these services when we do prayer. There's never a charge. So please just call in or Zoom in and let Lauren give you your miracle. And if you need prayer throughout the week, any other time, all you need to do is just send your prayer request to prayer@LasVegasCSL.org. Or just text 702-524-7096 so that all of our ministry of prayer can get your prayers going. We're not getting enough prayers. I'm going to tell you that right now. So we need more of your prayers coming. I know you have them, so let's bring them out. We have a very special program coming up, 2 things, but the one I'm so excited about in October is our very own Patty Powers. She is going to have a concert. Patty Powers at the on Friday, October 23rd, so mark it on your calendar at 7 p.m.
I just thought about it.
And the tickets go on sale next week, so it's going to be in person and on Zoom both, so or Facebook or whatever it is. I guess whatever. It'll be everywhere, but if you want to come, just let us know ahead of time. And let's see here. Oh, we also have a picnic coming up, our annual picnic. The only difference with this picnic is going to be that you're going to bring your own picnic. Okay, we're not doing the cookout stuff. You got to bring your own stuff. I guess we're not going to be able to share much, huh? Well, at least we're going to be able to get together. That's the main thing. And we're going to
be in the same park.
We'll be in the same park. Yes, under the same roof. At that same park that we always go to, the Mountain Crest Park. And that will be on Saturday the 24th, the day after Patty's concert. Her birthday too.
You guys are having a picnic for me?
Oh my God! How much better does it get? Oh, Dave's got something special planned too.
No, he doesn't have a mic.
Oh. You can have this one. We also have our freezer full project that will be continuing probably forever. And that is for people that are food insecure that need to come to the freezer, or if you know someone that's food insecure, please tell them we've got food in the freezer, and also bring that food. So we've got it in the freezer to give to them. So you need to bring it and take it. And don't forget that whenever you buy anything on Amazon, go to Amazon Smile, because that way we get a little percentage, our center does. And the bookstore has some great new jewelry and candles and items and masks and all kinds of fun stuff. There are books on sale, so please don't forget to take a little trip to the bookstore before you leave. And the CDs today, you want to pass on the talk and the music, they're on sale there too, of today's talk, to pass on to your friends and neighbors. That's all I have today. Y'all have a great, fantastic week. Can't wait to see you.
Dave just whispered, you gotta calm down.
No, she doesn't have to calm down. Reverend Stacy was going to give us a closing prayer.
If you would just close your eyes with me. And just breathe in all of that love and all of that energy that is flowing in this space right here and right now, that each person here has contributed to. And just know it is a good and very good day. And that each of us takes with us this ability to realize when we're feeling this thing called fear, we have options. We have choices. We have a decision to make. Whether we face everything and run, whether it's a realization of it is false evidence appearing real, but each of us knows that we can stop and take the time and know that love casts out fear. And so as we find ourselves facing those things this week, if we find ourselves in that space, we have new tools, which are old tools. We can stop, take it in, realize what is going on. We can drop down into our hearts. We can say, thank you for the gift of this. And we can roll throughout the next few days and realize that we can use this idea, this thought of love to make it through to the next great, good thing. So with that, I'm just saying thank you for a good and great Sunday, for a good and very good, for a good, great, and grand week. All of it is good and very good. And I just say thank you. And together we say,
And so it is. All right, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week.
Woo! Yes.
It might seem crazy what I say. Yeah, sometimes she's here. I felt like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm not alone, if you feel like I'm now. Because I'm not alone, happiness is true. Because I'm not alone, happiness is you. Because I'm not come back now. Give it all you got. Yeah, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. Don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm never long if you feel like now. Because I'm never long if you feel like true love. Because I'm never long if you know what just to you. Because I'm never long if you feel like
bring me down, bring me down, bring me down, bring me down, because I'm not alone if you feel how because I'm not alone if you feel that's the truth, because I'm not alone if you know what this is to you, because I'm not alone if you feel that's what you wanna do, because I'm not alone if you feel without a rule, because I'm not alone if you feel this is true, yeah, because I'm not alone if you know what happiness is to you, yes, I'm not alone if you feel that's what you wanna do. Bring me down, bring me down, bring me down, bring me down, because I'm not alone if you feel without romance. I'm not alone if you feel happiness is the truth, because I'm not alone if you know what happiness is to you, because I'm not alone if you feel that's what you wanna do, because I'm not alone if you feel without a rule, because I'm not alone if you feel happiness is the truth, yes, because I'm not alone if you know what happiness is to you, because I'm not alone if you feel that's what you wanna do. Love you guys. Woo! See you tomorrow.
We have come into a time where change is inevitable. And as the world we live in changes around us, there is a place that nurtures you with compassion, love, and brings out your inner strength. At the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, we work to create a world that works for everyone. By sharing both personal and spiritual tools, we can help you navigate through and create a life you love. If mindfulness, prosperity, abundance, and peace are on your list of what you're looking for, come join us and be part of something wonderful. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. Join us in person or as live stream on Facebook each Sunday. For more information, visit us at www.lasvegascsl.org.